Right, so taking a microscopic look again at just a part of a past simple that I promised before moving on. There are two specialties when forming the past simple, and they are mostly relevant when writing, so they won't be this relevant for you for Rome, but I still just want to make sure that I get this done. So there are two specialties of past simple, and one is when the y turns to IE, ko se y v določenih glagolih, ko se tvori preteklik spremeni v IE. In drugi primer je, ko se v nekaterih primerih, v nekaterih glagolih ena črka podvoji. I taught teens a lot, so I call these examples Chifur and Chihuahua. Not nice word, but still it's very simple and it helps you remember. So the concept is Chifur, or let's say an immigrant, someone who moves from somewhere else to a different country. Often these people change their names or their surnames to fit in better. Se pravi, Čefur, priseljenec, nekdo, ki se ne počuti se gotovo, želi narediti nekaj, da bi bolj ustrezal, da bi se bolj vklopil v družbo, in to pogosto pomeni spremembo priimka oziroma kakšne črke, recimo you get the č, they get to č, or some letters, whatever. Like a Hudrich would become a Hudrich in England or so on. I just saw that a few days ago on a truck, so that's quite funny. But anyway, verbs do the same. Se pravi, glagoli si ravno tako kdaj privoščijo neko to svobodo, da spremenijo način zapisa. So basically, we're just going to look at this. This happens in two cases. We go back to present simple a little bit. So to form the third person singular, we change y to IE before ending S. So I fly, he flies, I try, he tries, I marry, he marries, I copy, he copies, and so forth. But we've we've gone back to present simple just for a second, but now in past tense of verbs, which we are now looking at. So study, studied, tried, tried, hurry, hurried, marry, married. But you will know that there are some words, sorry for the wobble, I'm using my other hand to write. There are words like, for example, play, played, where this doesn't happen. So not every time that you get a Y do you turn it into an IE. That's not a full rule. Here is it. So the best way to remember when to use this rule is to look at the letter that comes before the Y. Se pravi, kaj je pred Y v tem glagolu. Če pride samoglasnik A, I, O, U, like we have here in play or stay or so forth, then you keep it and you just add ed, stay, stayed, play, played. But if a consonant comes, se pravi, če pride pa soglasnik, ker je vse, kar ni A, E, I, O, U, se pravi B, D, G, Z, Ž, Đ, T, S, K, Š, K, F, C, P, Š, Č in M, J, N, R, L, V. Sorry, it's just how I remember them. We've all been taught these sentences, but never mind. Se pravi, če pride soglasnik pred Y, potem se pa Y spremeni v I in se potem doda končnica ed. If the suffix begins with an ing, keep the y and add the suffix play. But this is not... če ta končnica ing, to ni za past simple, so this is something we can just ignore. So this is something we can ignore, but just the point is, if a vowel comes before the I, you keep the A, you keep the Y and add the suffix like play, played. And if a consonant comes, you change the Y to I and then add IS. And here are quite a few examples. So apply, applied, bury, buried, cry, cried, fry, fried, hurry, hurried, marry, married, pride, spied, so on. So, like I said, you won't be really needing this for Rome because you'll be speaking and not writing, but this is just one thing that I wanted to cover before moving on. Yeah, so this is just one thing I wanted to cover before moving on. And this is the same thing that I just said, but more complex. So the spelling rule is when the word has a vowel before the letter Y, you add the letter S or ED, so play, plays, played, played. But if it has a consonant, then you remove the Y and replace it with IE. IED in this case, so not studies but studied, but the focus here is just on the consonants that come before the letter Y. So I hope that was clear and not confusing. If it was confusing, let me know. I can make another video or talk you through more details about it. But I think the point is just Çukur rule means if, which one was this? If you have a consonant before Y, you turn it into IE before adding D. This was written really nicely here, I think. Yeah, so if a vowel comes, keep the Y. If a consonant comes, change it to IE. That's it. And now for the Chihuahua rule, I'll be making a separate video and then doing one case study, practical use of past simple, and that's it for tonight.